Hello, thank you so much for purchasing with Medium Emary. Today we're going to give you a tarot card reading. The tarot card deck that I'm using is Egyptian tarot deck. I've recently started using it, but it's really powerful and it's pretty accurate. And I've enjoyed it very much working with it. So I would like to use it with your reading. Um, I also have some crystals included here. As I tuned into your name, a couple of crystals I feel that will be really good for you, hon, is a rose quartz. Don't know if you've heard of it, but it focuses on forgiveness, love, and just acceptance, but mostly forgiveness, forgiving one's actions or just things that have happened to you that have been very painful that's caused suffering, okay? But rose quartz is just has that calmness and gentleness and feminine energy to it. I also have here the angel light. The angel light brings in your angels. It focuses on the energy of angelic beings that could work and surround you, or work with you and surround you when in times of need. I also have fluorites, which is my favorite crystal in need of decision making, fear of the future, confusion, just more clarity in what choices to make. Okay. So I have this here in your reading. I'm going to start a little bit of sage, and I'm pulling up your questions now. Your name and info will be confidential. I will only focus on your questions. Saging here the area, the energy. So going here to your questions. So let's do a quick little prayer. It's my way of tuning into your energy and keeping anything negative out of the reading, hon, okay? Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth that is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen. I ask spirit guides and angels of the person I'm focused on today to reveal to her now what she needs to know in this present time. I ask spirit guides and mind to help me interpret the information to her in the best of my abilities, and that the information that comes through may come through as accurate, specific, and detailed as possible. I am now open to the spirit world, so any spirits I'd like to bring in any healing, guiding information, I am open to receive. Anything of negative vibration, negative energy is not welcomed in this reading, as I ask to receive information from God's purest intention, God's white light. Thank you. Okay, so you do have 5 questions here. I'm going to pull out 3 cards for each question, and from there I will tell you what I pick up as I channel the information for each question. Okay, so I'm going to look here as I start your reading. Alright, so I have your questions set up now. I have a crystal ball here included, just in case I see anything through my third eye as I'm tuning into your energy, because I am a channeler, so this just helps me, and I just think it's pretty too, if anything. So let's begin here. So your first question is, I've been thinking about moving in with a roommate to save money. Is that a good idea? And I'm not going to say her name, but I have her name here, the name that you gave me, hon, okay? So as I tune into her energy, I'm feeling like it's a good idea. I feel like a yes towards this question. I'm feeling like it's a good idea, okay? I even feel like this person, the name that you gave me, I do feel like she has good energy. I feel like she does have genuine, like, positive energy. So I feel like if anything that you know her, or you guys are friends, or you guys have been friends before, or there's just a closeness between her and you. She has a kind heart, so that's a good thing. And I feel like she's there for you guys if anything happens. So that's a very good and positive thing, okay? So I feel goodness out of her, and then I feel goodness out of this situation, okay? If anything, I do see you moving soon, not so far in time. So I'm picking up, like, if it does happen, it will be soon. It won't be so far away, okay? So I'm going to pull out 3 cards to really I want you to be able to see the cards here, so I'm going to move this a little bit this way. I don't know if she's family or just a friend, but she seems like family to me, because I don't know if she's just genuinely close or she just gets along with you or she's kind. Okay, we have here. Alright, so we have 3 cards here. Alright, so there's 2 reverse cards and 1 upright card. Alright, so the first card you got, which is reversed, this represents a form of celebration or a form of a letdown in some way. It can mean a letdown in a relationship, a letdown in something that you thought was going to happen and it just didn't happen in the way you thought it did. Okay, and it also can represent, like, you know, the letdown of a celebration of, like, you thinking like you guys were going to be family again, or having a family and the family just didn't it didn't work out, you know, like the relationship of being a family, or just, you know, the celebration of a relationship itself, because there are 2 people here in this photo, in this card, in this artwork, and it represents just you thinking it was going to be something, ended up not being what you thought it would be, and that's the sadness of it. Okay, I also see here, this is a 2 of Swords, very beautiful card, but at the same time there's something tragic about it. Okay, so it usually represents a defeat, or a defeat of quite similar to the first card, just a defeat of something that made you sad, a defeat that you're like, oh, that brought you down. I wouldn't say disappointed, but more of a defeat of sadness, suffering, pain, can be heartache in some sense too, but it was just a defeat. And it's a kind of thing that I feel now, if anything, you're realizing, you're coming to terms where you're accepting, okay, but it's just a defeat. It could be a defeat of a relationship, a defeat of a situation that you thought was going to come out a different way, but it didn't. So there's a tie between these 2 first cards, okay? But it's just focusing on that sense of you're realizing, you're coming to terms with it, and now you're wanting to find a better positive outcome, okay? So this choice you're making with the moving and the roommate, you're realizing, okay, I need to find a better outcome. I need to find a better positive answer, okay? And what's really cool about this is that this represents money. You know, discs represents pentacles in an Egyptian form, but it just represents that money will come your way, everything will be better. But you have to have patience. You know how someone has to grow their plants and it takes time, and it takes you know, patience to just wait till that plant grows really strong and healthy. So for your crop, for your life path, for everything to work out, you got to be patient and just enjoy each moment, and know each moment is allowing you to bring a healthier and strong life for you or your family that you have. But just know that's going to take some time, but it's a good amount of time, because it's going to allow you to regain that strength again, to bring a more positive, healthier lifestyle, path, etc. Okay, so it's going to take time with the things that you're planning, but it will work out. Okay, I do see this move, and I feel like she is I feel like the person you can trust. She has good energy, and I would say that's a good idea. If anything, these cards are just saying it will take some time. I do feel like it's soon, but I don't feel like it's so far away. So for me, it's going to take some time, but it will be soon. Okay, so maybe you just have to prepare. This card's saying you have to prepare yourself, and the preparation will allow you to then move in the time that you want to. Okay, so I'm going to move on to your next question. But I love this because these cards represent a form of strength that I'm seeing from you. It's like, you know, you went through this and you're like, okay, now I need to move forward. Now I got to look forward. Okay, I got to look ahead. All right. So I'm going to go on to next card. Next question. I've been talking to a gentleman for some time. His name is Things Seem to Go Well. Is this going to be... All right, let's see here. Let's see. 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 Let's see Okay. Woo! Look how cute! Look how amazing! It just popped out, and that's like lovers. So that's really nice. Um, as I'm tuning into this question, so I feel like it's very fresh. So for me, I don't know if you guys just met. You're saying some time now, but I don't know. Like I'm feeling like you guys need to get to know each other more. Spend more time together before you make any serious or strong decisions. Okay. I feel also. Oh, I just feel like it's too soon to tell. That's my opinion. I know you're saying you've been speaking to him for some time already, but there's something about like you need to get to know him more, or you need to spend more time with him physically, or woo, the cards just flew. But it's something's telling me um more time needs to be spent, or more time of getting to know this person really on a very serious level if you're planning to. But before any serious decisions are made, I feel like you need to really spend more time with him. And I don't know if it's both of you need to open up more. I feel like more needs to be said. And also I'm feeling I'm just feeling like a calmness to it. So either for me means you guys don't spend a lot of time together physically in person, or go on a lot of dates, or it just means that he's not as communicative, or he doesn't talk as much, or he's a little bit more reserved. There's just something about more needs to be said, more needs to be revealed, more needs to be unveiled. Okay, for it to get to that point. I do not, on a strong level, this is what I'm picking up. I don't feel like he's a lifetime long partner. I feel like he's just going to be a season. I don't feel like he's a lifetime partner. I just, for me, on that level, I feel like there's either not a strong compatibility, or you guys are different in some ways. You guys are different, okay? So for me, I don't see a long-term relationship with this. I see like a season. So for me, it could be a relationship, but it's going to be not a very long relationship, if anything. I see this being more, not like a lover's aspect, but more of a really good friends at some point, or something like that. There's just something to it that I don't feel like it's gonna go to being like strong lovers. So for me, I see it as a season, hun. I Should you pursue it? Honestly, I can't tell you what to do. It's up to you, those choices you'd like to make. But on a psychic level, I don't see this being a long-term relationship. I see this being just a season, and it being like, if anything, you guys just stay as friends. I don't see a strong lover thing going on. Because I also feel like either it's still fresh, you guys haven't really hung out that much, like physically in person, but I just feel like it needs more. If you want it to get to that level, you need to really spend more time with him on that part, in that level. So for me, I would say no, I don't feel like it's gonna be long term, and I feel like if anything, you guys will just be friends. I'm gonna pull out one more card. I'll lift these cards. These are very beautiful cards. Okay, so, right. Okay, so this is very emotional cards, because you got all cups here, and then you got a sword here, which, okay, so, again, so the lovers represents choices. So yes, you are with somebody, or you're just going through, like, dating with somebody now. The cards is just saying, in a relationship level, in a love life level, always remember you have choices when it comes down to relationships, dealing with people, being with people, when you want to leave them, when you want to be with them. There's choices, okay? There's choices in this relationship, okay? There's choices in the paths you take with this person, the paths that you decide not to take with this person, okay? I have the Swords of the Princess of Swords, which is a really beautiful card. This represents the concept of you, when you went, this is for me a past card, if anything, like a card that represents your past. It represents your strength, but it also represents the ties you had in the past, the strong ties you had with a specific person, or the strong ties you had where you felt like you were tied down. You felt like you weren't free. You felt like you were at some point trapped, and it was hard for you to, I don't know if it was to make a decision or to move forward or to end things or to um, just know that you have options, which is interesting because this card came out. So this card's saying don't ever let yourself feel like you're trapped. Always know that you have power. So that's what the sword represents. You have power. You don't need to make yourself feel like you're tied down. You could set yourself free. Or like you could set yourself free when you feel like, oh, I don't have choices, I don't have options or decisions, or like I feel like I'm stuck, I feel like I'm trapped. You're never trapped, you're never stuck. Okay, hun? I think that's something you fear as well in relationships, the idea of losing yourself, the idea of feeling trapped and not free of your own choices, or free of what you want, or free of being able to have different options, okay? The Five of Cups, this is a very emotional card, if anything, but it represents sometimes, I feel like this is the past, if anything, too. It just represents the concept of there was once tension, there was once something, but then everything was just like let go of. It's like there was tension, there was problems, but now either you've left that behind and you're deciding, I'm done with this, I'm gonna move forward, I'm strong, this is what I went through, but I'm gonna go and look for better things. I'm gonna look for things that I deserve, things that I know that are better for my path, okay? Like, so going to higher grounds, that's my say in this card, like going for higher grounds and knowing that you deserve better in relationships. You know what you want now, you know what you need, okay? But you're scared, and I know it's okay. It's okay to be scared, it's okay to have fear, but you have that strength. That's what I love about your cards, is that I've noticed that you have strength, and that strength is what's going to bring you forward. Okay, hun? So the answer to that is no, I feel like it's just going to be a season. I don't feel like it's going to be a long-term relationship. I feel like if anything, you guys will just stay as friends. I don't feel like he's for you. I feel like if anything, he's plain or boring, to be honest, or there's just an opposite or incompatibility there. But I feel like on a on a love level, it's just more friendship. And if you want to pursue it as a relationship, I would say, because again, I can't tell you what to do, get to know him more to see if you really, really feel like you enjoy his personality and things like that. Okay, so I'm gonna see here. Let's go on to your next question, honey. All right. Following question. Here we go. Start shuffling. Okay, third question. Sorry, my internet's slow here. Okay, should I worry about anyone at work? Okay. Should you worry about anyone at work? Cards are just flying out for you. Oh, we have a little bit. We have another card here coming out. They're just flying for you, hon. So that's a good thing. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. So should you worry about anyone at work? All right. So I have for me, they're positive cards, so it's saying no. There's no one, I don't feel like you should worry about anyone at work, but I do see here there's some form of anxiety happening here with your work, or you're not happy, or whatever it is, okay? There just shows some form of anxiety that your guides and your angels are saying there's no need to have this form of anxiety. It's only going to bring more stress and worry in your life and more negative energy. So try to find ways to balance this anxiety. I would say with a rose quartz or black tourmaline, which I don't have here, but it's not here. It's in a box somewhere, but I do have here, or black obsidian. I think I put it away, but black obsidian, black tourmaline, or even rose quartz is really good for just helping anxiety, to bring that calmness, okay? So for me, this anxiety that's happening at work, it's only going to just accumulate more and just become bigger than what it is, okay? I don't feel like you need to worry about anyone at work, because I actually feel like um, uh, you know, time will get better. So for me, either there will be a shift or a change in your work, or there will be a shift or a change in something, or I just see some rebirth and some transition with your work. Okay. I also see here the Prince of Discs. For me, this just represents to, even though you're going through this anxiety with work, or the anxiety of just feeling unsure of things, stay goal orientated still. If you have goals, stay goal orientated with what kind of job do you want. If you want a job, another job, or just in general in your career, stay goal orientated. With your life as well. If you have goals, if you want to make things or manifest things in your life, go for it. And don't put yourself down about it. Don't doubt yourself. The card's saying, like, believe in yourself. Okay, believe in yourself in this time, especially. Okay, and then the Judgment just represents the patience, okay, the patience in knowing that, okay, I can manifest whatever I want, I can manifest whatever goals I want, and then also that showing here that there's going to be some form of self-awakening, especially a spiritual and self-awakening, where you're going to notice, okay, I'm not happy here, I'm going to find something better, or I know what I want, I know what I'm passionate in, I know what I deserve, I know what I'm looking for. So you're gonna go through some self-awakening, some shift in perspective, okay, with your job, with your career, and it's going to be really good, hun, okay? So I don't feel like there's anyone you need to worry about at work. If you feel like the anxiety at work, like I said, which I do see there's some form of anxiety, pray, say, I want to keep away whatever's bothering me, whatever negative energy, even if it's no one really affecting me, if it's just the energy in the air, or just I'm feeling sensitive towards people's energy itself. Please, God, protect me with a beautiful white light of protection. And then always have a little black tourmaline on you, or even have some amethyst on you, okay? Because amethyst is really good for stress and anxiety. Okay, hun? So let's move on to your next question here. I also feel like something that will be really good for you is being by the water, finding time where you can meditate and just be relaxed, even if it's a nice shower, a nice bath, or just going to the ocean or being by the water. I feel a connection with you with the water. If you haven't tried it out, try the water or the beach or a bath or a pool, whatever it is that calms you. But it's more of the water. I feel like a connection with the water is going to be really, really good for you. Your fourth question is thinking about changing jobs. Oh, which is interesting because I was saying something like that. Next year, something more creative, not sure exactly what. Okay. So here we go. So I'm going to shuffle this. I'm probably going to pull out a card from Life Purpose for this. A card from this Oracle deck I have called Life Purpose. Okay. Let's see here. Okay, I don't feel like you're going to change jobs right away, but I do see a shift. I would say if it's not the beginning of next year, the end, I would give you, if I'm giving you a good time frame, I would say the end of next year, there will be a shift. There will be a change. The end of next year, Hannah, okay? The end of next year. So I'm going to pull out one card from this in regards to that question and one card from the Purpose deck. Purpose deck focuses on careers as well, so it's good. Oh, okay, I think this one. Alright, so this is not a bad card. This is actually a very strong, positive card. And then I'm going to pull out here. Purpose. Card focuses on careers, etc. Sorry if you hear my baby in the background. My My boyfriend's watching her. There it goes. Alright. Okay, so I have here. Okay, so these cards here. The Devil card represents a form of, so this leap of faith that you would take before taking it, which I feel like it will occur in the end of next year. Before taking it, know that your shadows, you can't allow your shadows to take over. So your shadows is like just the negative beliefs you have in yourself, the negative beliefs of like, oh, I'm not good at this, or doubting yourself, like putting yourself down about things, or just being negative about it. So it's saying before you take this leap of faith, before you go forward with this, try to surrender or release these thought patterns, or these beliefs that you have that hold you back. Okay, so I do feel like if anything, this will help you move forward and away from those beliefs and allow you to manifest good positive energy towards this shift of change of job, especially if it's going to be in a creative field, hun. Okay, a creative field. Okay, hun. I also have this card here. This card says, animals. You understand animals and communicate with them intuitively. Trust your inner guidance, as the animals are part of your life's work. Now, what's interesting is you're saying you want to be involved in a creative concept of working in a job. Now, I don't know exactly what it will be, okay? This is just focusing on maybe the idea of nature, being with animals, being with the water, like I said, will help you get in touch with that creative side that you've been talking about, to allow you to be like, okay, what do I like? Oh, this is my passion. Oh, what, this is my purpose. This is, I want to do this. I want to do that. So just being with nature, with animals, with the water, things like that will not just only give you calmness and a balance, but it will also bring you inspiration towards that creativity you're trying to find. I never like telling the person, like, especially if I'm giving them reading, oh, this is what you're meant to do. Like, this is what you're supposed to do. Because I want you to use your own self-empowerment and find that within yourself, okay? Find that what I like to do, what I want to do, you know? I feel like also maybe you have always different ideas. Like, you'll have one idea and then it changes, and then you like another idea. I feel like you're so talented in many things, or you have so many ideas for many things, it's hard for you to pick one thing. So for me, I would say to use that idea of spending time with animals, with nature, with the water, to really get in touch with that creative side, and that will bring you closer to your guides, to ask them, what am I supposed to do in a creative side to things, okay? And I would also say, if you have a lot of ideas, write them all down, but then try to minimize it to one. I know this sounds hard because it's so many people, especially when they're creative like me. I love writing, I love singing, I love doing art, I love doing everything. But sometimes you have to see what's your strongest strengths, especially if you want to a point, eventually make money out of it, you know? See what your strongest strength is, okay? I feel like, again, you have that connection with nature. So connect with animals, connect with water if you can, connect with nature itself, and it will bring you those answers. I also feel like there's a strong, like, Native American kind of spirit animals thing going on with you. So you have like a past life where you were a Native American, where you were an Indian, and you were very connected with the earth, okay? Very connected with Mother Nature and with the earth, okay? So know that, hon. I think that's really beautiful. And those negative beliefs will only hold you back. So try to surrender those, and it will allow you to move forward. Okay, hon? So let me see here. Your next question here. Will my daughter and I have stability in 2018? Alright, so let's see here. I don't know also if the move with this roommate, I feel like it's probably in a different state or a different city. I see a move from like a different place, so keep that in mind too. If it's not with her, just keep that in mind, because this is something picking up. Maybe there's going to be a shift or change in that. But I see a move like somewhere else, or a different state, if anything, or a different city. Okay. All right. So these are really beautiful cards because you got Death, which death doesn't always mean something bad, and the Wands, Princess of Wands, which is very beautiful. It's a strong card representing your inner true self. And then you have the Cups, Princess of Cups. So these are really beautiful, strong cards. So for me, it's a yes, because you have two positive and one reverse. So for me, that's just a yes, okay? Just know there's going to be a lot of transitions. That's what I'm picking up here. That's what the Death represents. So for 2018, you're going to have a lot of transitions going on with you and your daughter. Transitions, it's going to be a lot of changes. There's going to be a lot of changes, rebirths, out with the old, in with the new. So keep that in mind, hun. Know that, but they're good changes, okay? So I feel like a yes. I feel like there will be stability, just a lot of changes and transitions, but good changes and transitions. So there will be stability. I feel like you guys will be okay because these cards came out very positive. It's just saying prepare yourself for like really a lot of transitions and changes, but it's being really, really good for you. And you're going to be like, you're going to feel that relief of like, wow, I can't believe all this happened. It makes sense now why all this led me to this point. Okay. And now this card, I'm going to end you with this card. This card represents that person of being a person where they're just a good mother, a good human being, a good-hearted person, and but at times it could be just very sensitive and too open sometimes where they feel energy too much and it's hard for them to get through things because it could be very emotional. The fact that this card's reversed, it can mean either you're not very emotional and it's hard for you to show that side of yourself, or it can mean that you're too emotional that it stops you. It's hard for you to deal with things, okay? So this can mean both things, but it just focuses on the fact in general that there's that emotional, sensitive, empathic side to you that it's hard for you to deal with, you know? It's hard for you to deal with at times. It's hard for you to really confront and emotionally deal with. It's just very, very hard. So your guides are saying you're going to go through that emotional stuff, and it's hard because life is hard, but know that you're going to have beautiful transitions and changes for you and your daughter. And at the same time, stay strong because you have your true essence self beneath all that hasn't gone away. And to hold on to that and never let that go, hun. Okay, never, never, never let that go. So I see beautiful things coming your way. It's more of, and what's interesting, it's just you have that strength. And I don't see that strength like wearing down because I could see people's readings and I could feel in their cards when I feel like they're giving up. But you're very strong. So that strength is what's going to help you go forward, hun, okay? So I'm going to leave you with that. And connect with that Native American past life I'm picking up, like that Indian past life. You haven't. It's really beautiful. It was like that past life we were just very connected with the earth and all things, animals, nature, water, things like that. So I'm going to leave you with that, hun. I send you lots of love from the heavens above. And thank you for allowing me to give you this reading. It was a pleasure. And I hope to speak to you in the near future. Bye now.